Hello, Gemini. This is Michelle from Divine Intuition, and welcome to your monthly love reading for November 2020. So, for this reading, I'm going to be using the Witch's Tarot, the Psychic Tarot Oracle cards, and the Sacred Rebel. Okay, so I'll be taking these cards out at the end of this reading. Okay, so be mindful that this reading is not gender specific, that it is just regarding our energies. Okay. All right, Gemini, so let's begin. Let's start with the Divine Feminines, okay? So let's take a look at the Divine Feminines for my lovely Gemini. All right. All right, we have the Nine of Cups, so wish fulfillment for the Divine Feminines. We have the Page of Pentacles, okay, so learning curve. And we have the Moon. All right. So for the Divine Masculines, let's take a look for the Divine Masculines. We have the Five of Swords. So there's a little bit of conflicts with his Divine Feminine this month or with other people. But we have the wonderful Knight of Cups here. So it looks like things will turn up in the bright side. All right, and we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so there is a little bit of heartbreak for the Divine Masculines. Let's take a look at the overall energy between the both of them. Okay. All right, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so let's take a look at this reading further. All right. All right, so let's start with the Divine Feminines. So the Divine Feminines have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is suggesting that a lot of things are turning out quite positively for the Divine Feminines. A lot of her desires and wishes are coming true, wish fulfillment. So a lot of things are just working out for her, and a lot of things are starting to unfold. Okay, and she's feeling quite satisfied this month. So Divine Feminines, a lot of things in the month of November are quite positive for you. Things are definitely turning out perfect or great. In regards to the Divine Masculines, though, there is a little bit of conflict here, but in your perspective, you see the relationship in a positive way. So Divine Feminines is quite fulfilled with the relationship, actually quite excited and quite satisfied with how things are turning out in regards to her Divine Masculine, in regards to her relationships. Okay, so but with the Divine Masculine's perspective, he views the relationship with a bit of conflict. So there is a bit of conflict happening in the month of November. He is quite there is quite some disputes, there is disagreements and conflicts. Okay, he may perhaps not express it as much. Maybe perhaps he may keep it inside. The Divine Masculines may keep it all inside, but there is some sort of aggravation and frustration in regards to his Divine Feminine. So there is some sort of conflicts happening in the month of November. He is quite I think what I feel is because the Divine Feminine is I feel like she's not aware of it. I feel like he's keeping it to himself, right? Seeing that she sees things quite in a positive way and is quite content with the relationship. But the Divine Masculines, for some reason, are not quite happy. They are perhaps a fight happened or a disagreement, or perhaps something has hurt him that has made him, push himself away a bit. Now with the Divine Feminines, in her heart space, we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is suggesting that Divine Feminines are definitely in a learning curve, or in a way studying how relationships function, or perhaps getting to know her masculine more, getting to know his traits, his personalities more, trying to get to know herself more too, probably learning about herself more and learning about relationships in general. Okay, kind of trying to reach a more deeper commitment in regards to the relationship, right? Maybe she does sense there is a sense of conflicts here with Divine Masculines. So the Divine Feminines are definitely putting in the efforts, I feel, this month. So in her heart, I do feel like she really wants to put in the effort. She really wants to put in the effort in how to resolve her conflicts with her masculine, how to resolve the situations that they may have, or how to get to know him more so that he doesn't feel like this, right? And the Divine Masculine's heart space. So it could be the Divine Feminine. So the Divine Masculines could have more of the feminine energy, but whichever resonates for you guys. So with the Divine Masculines, he has in his heart space the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is really suggesting that he is still really optimistic in regards to his Divine Feminine. He still feels a lot of emotions for her. He's still very in love. There's still a lot of romantic feelings to towards his divine feminine, and there is definitely kind gestures of love and offerings that he wants to give to his divine feminine. He's definitely putting in the effort to perhaps give her flowers and roses, or write a letter to her, or put in the effort to show that he loves her, right? Maybe it's the appreciation. Maybe he doesn't feel appreciated that he's putting in this effort, and maybe she's not aware of it, right? And maybe there is this disagreement or different points of views that can create the conflict between the both of you. But in his heart space, he's definitely feeling those butterflies in his stomach, or he's definitely trying to make the effort to show he cares, right? So that's in his heart space, right? With the divine feminines, we have the moon. So there's definitely a lot of illusions and misunderstandings, I feel, that perhaps it's also causing the conflict for the divine masculines, because the moon is suggesting things not really being revealed for you, things a bit hidden, kind of illusions, right? And misunderstandings. A lot of hidden things that we're not aware of, or mysterious things, lots of magic in the air, because I do feel the divine feminines really feel the magic and the supernatural energies happening in this month of November, leading to the end of October mostly, because the veils are thinning, and in heading towards November, right? And I think the veils are still pretty thin in November. So I've been getting a lot of messages, especially through the divine feminine's energy, mostly, of them perceiving this kind of the thinning of the veils. I think I don't sense it much with the masculines. There are a lot of practical energies for the masculines, but and the feminines really can sense it this month. Can sense things and energetic shifts in the energies, or just communications from the other side, more psychic energy. So I do feel like, with the moon, I feel the feminines will be connected more to their psychic energy. Will be perceiving things more that are kind of mysterious for the divine feminine, kind of unknown. Perhaps this is a learning curve for the divine feminines. Feminines are probably not used to this, but is learning about these things and these energies, and can be quite scary. The moon can be quite scary. The energy of things unknown can be quite scary, but practicing and being familiar with a skill can help you tremendously, divine feminine. So this can really help you to get to know your abilities, perhaps, or get to know the situation better, so that you have more control of it instead of it controlling you, right? All right. So in this case, that's in regards to outside influences. In regards to the masculine, I feel like she is perhaps maybe getting mixed signals from the divine masculines, a bit unsure of what's going on, because in one moment, they're giving, and in one moment they're a bit aggravated, right? So this can really confuse her, and that's why it's very important to communicate emotions and not keep it all inside, divine masculines. It's good to express yourself and your emotions and communicate, right? And for the divine masculines, we have the Three of Swords. So this is why it's a bit confusing, because for the feminines as well, because he's definitely expressing kind of disappointments and pains in his heart. So he is going through a heartbreak this month. There is a sense of disappointment or a bit of sorrow. Like, it could be regarding the feminines, but I do feel like, things are going okay with the feminines, but there is some certain things that are like major blockages that are kind of harming him, and that she needs to be aware of. And that's why there's a learning curve here that she needs to study and be more mindful of in regards to her masculines, right? And because a lot of things that there can be conflict can really hurt him, and it can really confuse him as well, right? Just as much as the divine feminines are confused about about the energy, about the conflicts as well, the divine masculines as well have this confusion and sorrow. Okay, there is a bit of a heartbreak going on here. Or he senses there's a third-party situation happening, or other situations in regards to his environment that is causing a bit of an emotional purge, perhaps, or sorrow. But definitely there needs to be some sort of communication, because there is a barrier, there's a barrier between the both of you. You have the Two of Swords, so you both are kind of shielding each other's heart, kind of distancing a bit, right? Because there probably was an argument, and that hurt the divine masculines, and it really, really disappointed him, right? got his heart broken a bit. So that's why he's shielding his heart right now. And perhaps maybe he does have a lot to give to the feminine, a lot of emotions and expressions, and or maybe he just feels he does have these romantic feelings for her and he does love her, right? But there can be, there can be some conflicts or disagreements. And so I do feel like you both are shielding your hearts a bit. And the divine feminine also tends to be shielding her heart because she's a bit confused, getting mixed signals once in a while from her divine masculines, and that can hurt her as well. Okay, there is a lot of illusions in the air, so be mindful of that as well. Okay, so let's take another card from the Psychic Tarot to get a more broader understanding of what's happening between the both of you. Okay, for the divine feminines and the divine masculines. Okay, let's see. Okay, she has prosperity begins. That's great. And the masculines have sacrifice. So I feel like a lot of things are quite abundant for the divine feminines at this time. Okay, so you do have 2 prosperity cards in that sense. You have 9 of Cups here that is suggesting being satisfied with your surroundings. There's a lot of abundance around her. As you can see, she's quite pleased with things around her, right? And there's a lot of prosperity at the same time. Okay, so things in your environment, divine feminines, can be giving you the opportunity to prosper, or to be very satisfied with outcomes and your goals. I think Spirit is just suggesting that there are opportunities for you here with the Page of Pentacles as well, that you're learning and studying or discovering, that can really help you grow as a person. Because I believe this is the Ace of Pentacles, right? So it's a beginning of a business or something in regards to a job, money, or an investment, right? And that you're learning, okay? And things can be turning quite positive for you, all right? So there is potential here for prosperity. So I think what Spirit's saying is to try to focus on things that can help you grow as an individual, help you develop your skills, okay? Develop your skills here with the Page of Pentacles, okay? And that can be very fruitful and abundant for you and really help you grow as an individual, okay? And for the masculines, we have sacrifice. So what this is saying is it's not really a time to control things or in situations. If there's conflicts in situations here that are harming you, it's best to step back and allow things to take place, flow with it, surrender to the situation, and let things unfold slowly. If things have been quite emotional, try not to allow yourself to drown in those emotions. Rise above the emotions, right? Focus on things that you're really passionate about, masculines. The Knight of Cups also suggests things that you are very drawn to in your life, dreams and goals and passion. So don't be afraid to dream, dare to dream, and pursue those things that you love, and be engulfed in that energy. That will really help you. And because I do see her getting this sense of enlightenment and rainbows and colors and awareness to really grow as a person, because I do get a lot of feelings about growing as an individual and still developing, and figuring things out in life as well, or seeing out other potential, other potentials that can help us prosper. So right now it's not time to stay stuck in our emotions. It's a good time to kind of rise above them and see what life has to offer, and potentials that you have to give in your environment, and still explore life in that sense. There's still so much more to see and explore. So it's really time to not take action too much and really be within, reserved, and let things unfold, because you'll see how beautiful things will come when you do search for your dreams and pursue things that bring you that sense of fulfillment. So also, communication is very important right now in the relationship, seeing that both of you have different perspectives of what's happening in your relationships, in the situation. Communicate why, you are feeling like that, and make each other understand each other's point of views, so that, the sorrow can diminish. Okay? All right, so let's take one more card from the Sacred Rebels to see what Spirit has to say for the both of you. Okay? We have inspiration. Wonderful. So that's great. So I do really connect that with the Knight of Cups. And this is what I mean about following your dreams and dare to dream and pursuing things that excite you and bring a sense of fulfillment. Definitely search for inspiration, divine feminines and divine masculines. Search for that inner light, that inner drive that pushes you forward, that inspires you, that makes your eyes sparkle when you think about it, when you think of the potential, when you think about the possibilities of becoming that or achieving that or exploring that in your life, you know. And that's what the Knight of Cups is all about, is following your dreams and pursuing it. Not too much logical mind, letting the logical mind take over, or thinking or seeing things in a narrow-minded view. I think it's really time for you to kind of explore, you know, what the potentials are out there for you and what you could become, and instead of, you know, being stuck here in the emotions, rise above it so you can explore, you know, what's above the emotions, you know, and what's out there, you know, freedom, liberation, a sense of really sensing the colors of life. That's what I sense, right? So find that inspiration, Gemini. Find that inspiration out there so that you can, you know, move forward from the sadness you have here. Okay, in regards to the relationship, perhaps, or find inspiration to improve in the relationship. Okay, and that goes with the divine feminines as well. The divine feminines definitely have a sense of prosperity starting for them that can help them grow as an individual, and that can really bring forth inspiration of where they want to head to. So divine feminines really try to find that light as well, and that inspiration to drive you forward in your goals, because it looks like it can be quite prosperous where you're heading. Okay, all right guys, so this was your message for the month of November for 2020. If you liked this reading, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment below. Okay, and I'll see you guys in my next video. All right, have a good one. Bye.